this library too. And so I'm wondering about the Italian writers who were influential to you.
I cannot use when I am a reader. If I read a book, I am a reader. So I am not influenced by the author of the book I am reading.
Or love.
When I start write, in that moment I am alone, just myself, without masters or pupils, so I cannot say who has influenced me as writer. But as a reader, I love I like the provincial Italian writers, the regional Italian writers. This has been the best production, the literary production for me. So I like Cassola, writers about my father's books. Cassola, or Pratolini, or Natalia Ginsburg, or Bassani in the story of Ferraresi. Regional stories. But in the 20th century, for me, has expressed the best of this artistic talent in poetry. It has been a century of short fragments, letters, poems. It's been the century most that has destroyed the highest number of lives, that imprisoned the highest number of lives. The story that is the century of sieges, assedi, of sieges of fili spinati. Barbed wire. So in these places, you have no room and no paper to write long stories. You have to write poems or letters, last letters. And so I like poets in my century, in the century I come from. A poet in Sarajevo, a friend of mine, elder than me, now is dead. During the years of the siege of Sarajevo, when someone like me managed to arrive with some little help in the town surrounded by the enemies, he said to me, welcome in the biggest jail of Europe. And in Sarajevo, in the winters, 3 years and 4 winters, the evenings of poetry were crowded. So he could say who did the night shift, who did the night shift to avoid the stop of the heart beating of the world. We, the poets. And in another occasion, another moment, a Russian poet, Anna Akhmatova, is on the line with other relatives in front of a the door of a jail. There are relatives of prisoners with their little packets, waiting and waiting hours, without ever knowing if they will be admitted there. And it's it's winter, and they are there since hours. And so in this line, in this queue, she is recognized. Oh, she's also our poet with us. She has the song. It's a woman that listens that there is a poet behind her, turns toward Anna and says to her, this you can describe. Это ви можете написать. And Anna answers, no, I can't. So that's the poetry, the possibility of the poetry through the mouth of Anna, through the answer of Anna, to be responsible of the this of that woman and of the century. This has been the poetry in my century. The highest form of resistance of literature.